'Cause I still don't wanna talk about it.
I still don't want to talk about it. I still don't want to talk about it.
I still don't wanna talk about it. I still don't want to.
But here we were. There we were again. March 2024. We were traveling. We were spirits, a persona. We were traveling. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about this.
'Cause I still don't wanna talk about it.
March 23rd, 2024. I'm ready to learn the lesson. It's been a long winter. The process. A weight lifted. A breakthrough. A breakthrough, if you will. A mental shift. A spiritual breakthrough. The grand awakening. The grand awakening. Ascending. Ascension. The grand awakening. The grand awakening. The grand awakening. In the grand awakening. The grand awakening. It was cold outside, but there are blue skies. Feel the cold through your boots, through your traveling winter boots. I went to St. Louis. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have anyone to go with. I went alone. I traveled to St. Louis. And what I found there, well,
I don't wanna talk about it.
creature noises. Do you hear the feral creature noises? Yes, they're talking. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to talk about it.
But they're talking. They're talking and I don't want to talk about it. I'm not ready to talk about it.
You mustn't be scared. The owl told you so. The owl is wise. He knows. He's a sign of comfort. He's letting you know it's okay. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to talk about it. We have to talk sometimes. Especially in the Grand Awakening, in the Grand Awakening, Ascension, Spirit, Rising, Ascending, the Grand Awakening, wherever your mind may wander. Wherever your mind may wander, may wander. Shutting everything out. March 2024. I'm shutting everything out so I can hear myself more clearly. Because it's like static. Everyone is static and everything is static around me. And I can't hear myself think. And I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk about it. I want to go in the woods. I want to disappear. Outcast and ostracized. You weren't them. Preparing, implementing plans. A special place with sunflowers. A special place with sunflowers, because you're not in the cool kids club, and you've never been in the cool kids club. You've never been in the cool kids club. Cool kids club. Forget about the cool kids club. The cool kids club. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? March 2024. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? March 2024. Virtual world in 2024 in 2024 making money the root of all evil 2024 seasons blooming the forest changing growing life new life bombarded by the electric company but I am not a Muppet. I am not a Muppet. I am not a Muppet.
I'm not a Muppet, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not a Muppet. I'm not a Muppet, but I still don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I still don't want to talk about it. I still don't want to talk about it. Talk about it. That's a wrap. That is a wrap, baby. That is a wrap. Hello, hello, good fellow of the universe. Hello. It's really good to be back on Morrow Mondays. I'm not exactly sure why I took a hiatus for so long. I was changing jobs and going just through some life changes. So I mean that was part of it, but it went way longer. It went way longer than I anticipated. And I'm so excited. Online is a lot of fun. It can be a pain. It can be a pain in the ass too because you have setting up your levels and your volume and tripping over chords, and there can be a lot of aspects, and then you think everything's all set up right, and then you find out later that something was amiss. So you got to just roll with the punches, right? But oh God, I've learned so much in 2 years of streaming now, and I can't believe it's been 2 years. And I look back on things. I look back on some streams over the last 2 years, and I I have to laugh at some of it because there are some things that are just ludicrous. There are some things that are ludicrous. For example, I for a while I was using YouTube videos for a background because I didn't have complete video work. So like one time I was really into it. I was really into it and dancing, and meanwhile the whole time unbeknownst to me, there was an ad playing in the background for like a shaver or something. But I leave it up there. I have to look at which one. If you find it, you can laugh at that too. I can't recall which one it is right now, but there's just a couple out there. There was one about a year ago. So I leave the subtitles on. Actually, I don't know if they're on now. I have to look. But for a long time, I was leaving the sub caption or whatever you want to call it. I was leaving that on because I was leaving it on because it would there we go. It would generate really funny it would generate really funny wordplay sometimes, just not even in the ballpark of what I was actually saying. So for example, one time I was trying to say goth Barbie and it said Barbie barbecue or something like that, and there's just so many things. And for a while I was doing like bloopers. I was doing bloopers after the stream, and that was really fun. So maybe we'll do that again, just as a way to
just as a way to have some fun with it. But yeah, so it's good to be back into streaming. You know, a lot of people will argue that you should stream for blocks of time, like 4 hours at a time. And you know that might be true in some circumstances, especially with gaming and things like that. But I just personally, I feel like I try to find that sweet spot of when it feels really good. I feel like I'm expressing what I need to get out of me, and then like I just know like that's it. We're done, you know. And they've been coming out to about 20 minutes. When I first started, they were about 40 minutes long, and I would just jam and jam and jam. But you know, I was so new at things, and I'm still pretty new. I'm only 4 or 5 years into this whole thing, you know. So I'm learning stuff all the time. Oh my goodness, there's so much to it. But you know, at that time, I would just jam and jam and jam and jam, and there, you know, to the point where like, so you know, some things just didn't even sound good. But I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it until after when I'm replaying it and going like, okay, that's a mistake, or that's, you know, nobody wants to hear that repetitive, you know, whatever sequence for 15 minutes, so I need to start changing it up, and like just little things that I was learning along the way. Or, you know, for example, I didn't understand, you know, your volume levels, your volume levels for a long time, and I feel like I know a lot more now, you know, but I'm definitely not experienced with some out there. So it's just an ongoing learning process, you know, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to just learn all of it. You know, I went to college 3, 4, 5 separate times. You know, I'm 35 years old. So I've done all kinds of jobs, you know. I've volunteered, I've been to jail. Like, I've done all kinds of shit in my life, good and bad, you know, and this is the one thing that really just gets me so excited. So I wanna learn it. I do. I wanna learn it, and I wanna keep learning it until I die, you know. And even if it goes nowhere, or even if I suck at it, at the end of the day, internally, it brings me a lot of joy. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. And yeah, I'm just really happy. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to just create. You know, some people don't care if they create, you know, but to a lot of others, a lot of my friends are artists in various forms. You know, they have different hobbies and collectibles and things like that, you know, and it's just finding what your joy is, you know, and it's different for everybody. So you got to find your joy. You really do. It's so important. It's so important. There's a couple things coming up that I want to promote. So let's see what we got here. Friday in Chicago, my friend Midwest Aesthetic. Midwest Aesthetic is from Madison, Wisconsin. He has been putting on some electronic showcases at different venues. I believe he did Crucible. He's also done what do you call it? Why can't I think of the name of that one? Well, we just did one at Gamma Ray Bar on Friday. That was a lot of fun. So he's a Madison, Wisconsin native. He's a Madison, Wisconsin native, and he is bringing the Swank and Savvy digital music to Chicago this Friday. I do believe Midwest Aesthetic dives into a lot of vaporwave. If you're familiar with that, vaporwave, some may argue, I was researching it myself, vaporwave is a big aesthetic. It's a big aesthetic, but it does have its own certain sounds, but some may argue that it's more of an aesthetic. I won't dive into it too much. You can look it up on your own. Midwest Aesthetic deals with vaporwave quite a bit, but also is open to a lot of electronic artists, and as long as you can vibe and get down and have a good time, that's what matters. So this Friday at Burlington Bar in Chicago, we have Super Dream Deluxe 2 with Frank. I always feel like I say his name. Frank JC. Discoholic, Vapor. Vapor was a lot of fun. I got a chance to talk to him finally after all this time. Vapor is from New York. Oh, this one. Before I go, I have to check a name on that. And A Hero, I met A Hero as well. I met Discoholic. I met Frank JC. There is one name on here that I'm not familiar with, so I will investigate that. But I'm gonna put the link in the description. That's coming up Friday. Saturday in Milwaukee, we have Nevermore, our friends at Nevermore, playing at Quarters, Rock and Roll Palace, playing at Quarters. We have Dirk, we have Z, and we have the return of our friend Miss Wednesday. Miss Wednesday. I'm so excited. I had a chance to see Miss Wednesday perform at a local barbecue, and I'm very excited to see what she brings to the table on Saturday night. I'm going to be there dancing. It'll be a good time. The best of goth and industrial in Milwaukee. And then following that, September 27th, it's a Friday, we have our Dead Bunny Disco. It is a feral creature masquerade. All about that creature culture, baby. All about that creature culture. Come hang out. That is also at Quarters. We are having a masquerade. You don't have to participate in the masquerade, but it would be more fun if you did. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. So I really just want you to join us and dance. Join us in macabre dance as we spin a plethora of dark EBM, shoegaze, minimal wave, cold wave, sultry electronica to melt into the night. We want to break the bounds of just goth, right? So goth is such a broad term. You know, you could break it down in so many ways, but we really wanted to expand on that and kind of start diving deeper into some of the subgenres, if you will. So my counterparts, Faded Geist, my bandmate from Memory Spectre, will be DJing that night. DJ Z from Nevermore and Reverence will be DJing alongside us that night. And myself, Jessica Morrow, the Overmorrow, will be DJing that night. We're going to have a masquerade. It's going to be so fun, and you should be there. Come hang out, because there is a freaking hobbit that lives in the hut behind us, and he might come out that night. So be prepared. All right, that's all I got. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this stream turned out, because we had we had a show on Friday night, and there was a power supply missing tonight when I went to set up for the stream. I will admit it has been a bit cumbersome lugging things back and forth and packing and unpacking. So I think over the winter here, maybe we'll chill out on Eventsy a little bit until we can get things more compact within our gear, so it's not so much set up and tear down. You know, it's just an ongoing process. That's with any musician.